All right, what is going on, chat? This is the Bored and Brilliant podcast. My name's William, and I'm here to talk about how boredom is actually good for you. I'm here with Eddie and
Hello.
Teen,
Hello.
and I'm here to discuss how boredom is actually good for you. So, my first point is that boredom is a really unique thing that happens when you have no stimulus or entertainment to keep your mind kind of on autopilot. You have to think for yourself. So the reason why people think boredom is bad is because it's not a good feeling to have, because people don't see it in a positive light.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Boredom is actually good for your brain because it forces your brain to think. And in this day and age, we don't think a lot because we're so brain rotted, like scrolling on Instagram Reels and watching Skibbity Toilet and Minecraft gameplay in the background, that our brains are kind of like on autopilot. So it's kind of good to let our brains really sit and think about ideas or like plans we have in the future, rather than just sit and let our brains rot. Like, for example, do you guys, when you're on the toilet, you guys go on social media, watch something? Don't worry, I do that too. Right?
Yeah.
So
We all do that. Yeah.
So for the no phone day, you know how I already deleted everything like before the challenge, right? I'd find myself so bored and frustrated and tapping on my foot on the toilet because I was like, oh yeah, teacher's lying. Boredom's not actually good for you. This sucks.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But then I had an idea for my YouTube video. I thought, oh, what if I make like the thumbnail like more like, what's it called again, like NPC, like disguised like as generic content, but then when people click on it, they see like my actual personality, who I am, and they know. And then when they watch the video, they're not gonna actually just see generic content. They might actually like it, but like it's gonna attract more people. And when I put that idea into play, it actually worked. So when you guys were doing the Bored and Brilliant challenges, did you guys experience any kind of boredom that led to creative thinking when you were like not able to like go on any chats or social media? I'll start with you first, Dean.
Yeah, for sure. That was okay. The Bored and Brilliant challenge didn't actually affect me much until the third day, which was the delete that one app challenge. I deleted Instagram and instantly my day became like so boring. Like I have a hard time keeping my focus sometimes in class, so I just let my mind wander, and I couldn't get my phone to drag my attention away. So I'm just like, thinking in my mind. And at the time, I think during that day, I started thinking about like what I could do to improve my playing. I don't know if you guys know, I'm in band, and I use that time to think about like my embouchure, the dynamics I play, and honestly, I don't want to like bore you with that, despite the challenge, but I use a lot of time when I was bored to really think about how I want to improve myself and what I do.
That's great. For me, when I wasn't using my phone, I also became super bored. So I needed to fill that time up with something else, that made me actually more productive, because I actually just went on a super like homework streak. I just like did so much homework and work for like school that that really helped me a lot with my grades, and like it made me smarter because I'm doing my homework. And
honestly, I was thinking like, I think because of like how much we're on our phones and computers, we don't actually recognize how powerful boredom really is. Because like you said, it could like push you to propel your own limits, or it could make us hurt ourselves too. I don't know if you guys ever heard, but I know this one study. I don't know when it was, but what it was like, one person was given a button, and whenever he pressed it, it would tase him. He didn't know that at first, so he just pressed it and it tased him. And so later, everyone else in that room, they just left him with that button. He had nothing in the room with him, and they made it clear he could press the button whenever he wanted to. No one's gonna stop him. And so he waited for like a good only like 10 minutes before he pressed it again. Now that's just a small experiment. But when you think about it, boredom is what propelled him to hurt himself again.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And like that just kind of goes like show like it is a pretty powerful tool. Like it can make you do a lot of
that's
things.
Interesting. Yeah.
From my own personal experience, like I don't know if you guys do this, but like sometimes at night when I'm trying to sleep but I can't, I'm just thinking of like shit to do, and sometimes it's like a pretty rare occasion I'm thinking like, man, I gotta lock in. So I started doing push-ups on the ground.
Yeah,
or maybe pull-ups in a nearby bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy what boredom could do. Like it would actually propel you to, do something.
So my second point is that despite like boredom obviously sounding like a bad feeling, of course, would you guys believe me if I said at the end of all this, you guys probably felt happy, right? Like that you got all the stuff done despite like being bored at first.
Yeah,
for sure.
I felt fulfilled. Yeah.
So not only can boredom lead to productivity, like obviously it can lead to happiness once you get off your ass and stop scrolling and actually get things done. So basically, when you're bored, you're able to be more creative and get more things done that will lead you to happiness. So did you guys do the little 15-minute stare into like the nature or whatever?
Yeah.
All right, where'd you go, Eddie?
I took a walk around my neighborhood and my park.
Oh, okay. And what did you think about?
I just thought about. Well, I looked around and I saw like people playing and cars going by, people talking, and I was like, wow, look at these people. They're not on their phones. They're just, interacting with other people. And I felt happy. I was like, wow, this is like how the world actually works. Like this is like real. Like people aren't just stuck to their phone all the time, and it made me feel happy.
So would you say that would you guys like continued like not having Instagram all the time, or like go for more walks? Because would you say that makes you more happy than 15 minutes of scrolling?
Yes, definitely, man. Like it really does also clear your mind too. Like when you're out and about, and you're not looking at your phone and you're just interacting with people too.
I don't know about deleting Instagram. That's actually kind of extreme for me, but really? I would definitely see myself going out for more walks, bike trips, all that sort of stuff. For my project thing, or like my assignment for Bored and Brilliant, I went to a park nearby me. Y'all know Mile Square Park. Probably heard of it. Yeah. And maybe it's a little bit of a cheat because Mile Park in itself has a lot of its own stimulations. Like along some walking trails, there's some stations for you to work out at. And
oh wow,
as I'm biking by, like I see so much going on around me. There's barbecues, there's soccer games, there's birthday parties, there's camping trips. Well, like not camping trips, but like, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And just looking at them, like that's probably an important day for them. That's the thought I had in my mind. That's someone's birthday. They're celebrating someone aging. It's very special to them. But for me, who's been to this park multiple times and it's a common occurrence, I can't think much of it. But it really highlighted to me, like, I got to share in the importance with them. Because despite it being a common occurrence for me, for them, that's once in a year. And it made me feel like I got a new perspective on it, Like, I feel like I'm really, like, getting to, like, feel the importance of the moments I pass by normally without a thought.
Okay, so for me, what I learned is going back to Eddie's podcast on how creativity can be good for a job. I realized that boredom can breed creativity. So I did two things for my Bored and Brilliant 15 minutes. One, I stared at my fish tank, and I was obviously stimulated. So I did feel like that was a little bit of cheating because what's it called again? Like that 15 minutes was up, but you know what hurt?
What?
I decided to do like the most extreme thing. I stared at my wall and I put my phone behind me and I put the 15-minute timer up, right?
Okay.
And I allowed myself one rule. I can check it only one time, right? And I checked it after 4 minutes. I thought I had 1 minute left.
Wow.
And that was the most...
That's crazy.
I'll tell you what, this was the most excruciating 10 minutes of my life. I wanted to cry. But you know what happened at the end, the last 5 minutes?
What?
I was like really able to think about what was like causing me like stress in life. Like for example, my family, they're not too happy. I voted All Might in the election. But now I was able to like de-stress myself.
Right.
Because I was able to like really think, oh, I mean, it's not really that important. Like I was really able to think about like stuff that was stressing me out and like kind of undo the stress, like reason with it. Like I never had like time to really like think about like, oh, what's like stressing me out and like why is it stressing me out and like is it really that important. So yeah, even though the first 10 minutes were like excruciating, I actually felt really good at the last 5 minutes because I felt really relieved because I was like, okay, well, the election's over and no one really cares.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't brought it up once, and like
Right.
I was able to really have like 5 minutes to think like uninterrupted without any stimulation.
Mhm.
So yeah, I felt like really, really good. I felt like even though boredom, you might just think of it as like sitting in a room and you have nothing to do, pacing back and forth. I feel like if you use boredom to be productive and like meditate and think and get your mind going, it's
Mhm.
a really necessary tool to have. And if you know how to use it and how to control it and like give yourself time and allow yourself to be bored, I think you can accomplish a lot in the span that you're bored. Like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, you're able to like be productive, like
Accomplish a lot of things.
plan on what you want to do, and I think it'll just make you happier at the end of it. So that is why I think boredom is good for you. And anything you guys want to add?
Oh, actually, honestly, you gave me a thought just then. Like I think between you and me, we had like kind of drastically different reactions to boredom. To me, I got to focus more on things around me, and for you, you got to focus more on what's going on in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that contrast is very interesting. I feel like, what is it like differ between person, or did it really change because of the stimulus that we had?
Right.
No, either
Like-
way, we both felt better at the end of it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So even though like it's different, at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of being boredom, if you're able to use your boredom to like fuel your creativity or like anything you want to do, at the end of it, you're gonna feel happier.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
Like that lady that felt like she didn't have any good ideas. She finally allowed herself to be bored.
Oh yeah, the
came
lady
up
from
with
the
an
Boredom
idea.
Brilliant Challenge.
Yeah, she came up with a
Yeah.
good idea and she felt happy at the end.
Mm.
Right.
That's right.
So, any final thoughts?
Nah, that's it from
Yeah.
me.
That's
Okay, so to wrap up my key points, boredom is good because it breeds creativity, and from what Eddie said, creativity is an essential job skill, and boredom can allow you to be happy and clear your mind, and you should allow yourself to have a little bit of time to be bored, so you can like really give yourself time to de-stress and be happy. So thank you, Eddie and Teen, for
Of course.
coming on my
Right.
podcast. We're gonna play Fortnite later tonight, and
So much for getting bored.
yeah, so much for getting bored. I'll definitely give myself like 5 minutes to stare at a wall tomorrow.
I'll do the
So
same.
thank you so much for coming on, and that's about it. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.